Hi everyone, welcome back. So I hope you guys are ready to get started on layout number 3 of the Blue Skies scrapbook kit. This is what the 2 finished pages look like, and I hope you have your instruction guide out, printed off, or you're following along on your digital device, iPad, iPhone, doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to move these out of the way, and I want you to grab your pile for this layout. And it's going to be one of my favorite papers in this pack. Okay, so the back side is the green, and then we're going to be using the green apple cardstock. So let's get started by building our base page. So on the cutting guide, it tells you how to go through starting on page 1 by adding these different strips of background and texture paper right along the page. And it says for the first piece, we are going to be attaching it about a 1/2 inch down and about 3/8 inch in from the edge. And as you guys know, I am, let me move this to the center. I've got my Versamat for this layout just to show you the different things. As you guys know, I don't feel the need to be totally exact, but if you do, no problem, okay? But I'm just gonna ballpark it. I'm gonna use my Versamat to see this is about 1/2 inch down, and that's approximately 3/8 of an inch over. Easy. All right, then the next one we're using is the shorter of the 2 zip strips, okay? It says that on the guide, but, oh, actually, yeah, no, we're using the longer one of the 2. We're using the shorter one of the white. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my adhesive to this, and I am not gonna worry about running it the whole length because as you see in the cutting guide, it's gonna be held down by the photo mat. So for this one, I'm not worried about it bubbling because I've added the adhesive to the top and bottom portions that are going to stick out. And I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm going to leave it about an 1/8 inch over and just slightly offset, not pushing it down all the way. Now the 2 green stars, background and texture paper, they're the same size. So I'm going to get some adhesive right on the end. And I'm going to put that next to it. Again, just alternating a little bit for visual variation, okay? That makes your layout more interesting. And same with the white piece. All right, here we go. Go ahead and add this one down. There we go, not pushing too hard. And then we are using, let me read. We are using, should know this ahead of time. We are using the longer one of it over there on page 2. So take your shorter strip of Lagoon cardstock, add your adhesive, and set that down next to the white. Again, just offsetting things. I wanted to show a little bit longer at the bottom. If you guys can see that, maybe I'll zoom in just a little. I think that's good. All right, and then the next thing it says we're going to use the sticker and we are going to cut 2 3-inch lengths, okay? So there's a couple ways you can do it. You can go ahead and you can cut this right off like that, which is pretty easy. Or if it's a sticker that is in the middle of your sheet, you can put it in your trimmer and put the end on the 3-inch mark. And on your blade where you see this line right up the middle, that's telling you that is in line with exactly where your cutting blade is going to start. So to do that, you would set this down, and you can see I know where my blade is, so I know I'm not cutting into this Living It Up sticker, and I know that I'm on the open space, which also when I take off that white background like I did in the last layout, it makes it a lot easier to see these the areas of demarcation between them. So I'm going to cut 2 3-inch strips. So I'm going to just go right over to 6, and I'm gonna set this down, and I'm gonna cut 2. And you know what? I know we need them on page 2, so I'm gonna just do it again. So since I know that I cut, here's a trick. I know that this is 3 and this mark is 6. If I put this cut line right on the 3-inch mark of my trimmer and I cut it again, I know that I am cutting another one. So we're gonna take that sticker off, get rid of my trimmer, and you can see it's just a little bit lower than the top of the blue, about an 1/8 inch over. So I'm gonna set it down gently, okay? And then the same with this side. In the picture, when you're looking at it, it's just a little bit shorter than the Lagoon cardstock, about an 1/8 inch in. So I am just going to set it down. See, you don't have to be exactly perfect because it doesn't really matter. All right, so see how that's gonna look? So I'm gonna press everything down, and then it says that we can add our green apple photo mat. So this is gonna hold 3 photos, or really, one thing I do in my classes is I leave it so people know they have the option. They can change it up and do 2 4x4 photos. They can do 3 skinnier photos. It really, it lets you really create, when you have a big block like this of a photo mat, it lets you create the layouts you need for your photos. All right, so it says, attach the green cardstock photo mat flush with the inside edge and approximately 3.5 inches down from the top of the page. So here we are with the Versamat, 1, 2, 3.5. So approximately right there, and it's gonna be flush, so it's going to go all the way into the edge like that. Okay, there we go. Easy, right? Now this is one thing about this page that I love. It has this built-in title piece, which also allows you to journal, and it makes your page come together pretty quickly. And then what I did was I took the Good Life, the piece of that zip strip, and I'm actually going to attach it with foam tape right below. So dreams live here, and I'm gonna have it say the Good Life, and it's gonna slightly overlap that white piece because I want it to look connected. The title here is all connected. Dreams live here is connected to the 2 white pieces that you can leave blank or that you can do journaling on. And so this is a little bit overlapped right there as well. Okay, so before we do the finishing touches on this one, let's build up the base of page 2. So I'm going to grab my thing, and look what I want you to see. The stripes, the UV coated stripes on page 1 go this direction. So I'm actually gonna rotate my paper so that they coordinate, okay? So that's just one thing you wanna keep an eye on when you're doing things. You may want it to look visually different. I want mine to match, so I'm gonna turn it like that, okay? And set it down now that I know I have it in the correct orientation. And I'm gonna start building this one from the bottom up. And the reason for that is because I ended with those 2 sticker strips. And so I wanna start down here and work my way up. And I believe, so on page 2, yep, attach the Lagoon cardstock strip 3 1/4 inches up from the bottom and about 1/4 inch in from the inside edge. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my adhesive. Whoops, okay. And it says, get my cardstock centered on the Versamat. 3 1/4 inches would be 1, 2, 3 1/4 inches and approximately 1/4 inch in. So we're gonna say ish. Now you could get your ruler out and make sure it's perfectly straight, but again, that is a personal preference and whatever makes scrapbooking pleasurable for you, right? Like I don't worry about that. I like to just sit down, create, let the chips fall where they may. It doesn't bug me if things are a little bit off center. So I'm just gonna start laying it down. Now all I'm doing is looking at the photo, and in the photo I can see that the white is showing a little longer on the end, right here, okay? and it's in a bit. So that's all I did. So I am simply, leave this here, following the guide. I'm gonna add the multicolored BTP next, and it's about even with the lagoon, so we're gonna call it good. And then we're gonna use the zip strip, and I don't want it to bubble. There we go. It's a little bit longer than the green Apple Stars BTP on the outside edge of the page, so I'm gonna set it there. I'm going to grab the sapphire one. So a layout like this one, this is an excellent way to use of your scraps. I mean, you see that I just kind of pulled strips of paper that I had that I liked that coordinated and used them. So this layout, you all can recreate it using any colors of scraps of zip strips, background and texture paper, cardstock, stickers, to fit any theme that you have. Even if you, let's say you have pictures that don't particularly fit a theme, a paper pack theme that Close to My Heart is carrying, you can create your own using the things I just said and stamps or die cuts, okay? Or your Cricut. So it really does open up a world of possibility. So same with this. When you look on here, it's a little bit longer than the blue on both ends. So all I'm gonna do is put it down a little bit longer than the blue. And I'm gonna make sure my orientation of my sticker is going the same way, meaning I don't wanna put this one down. Oh, it looks the same. No, it doesn't. See, it's skinnier. So make sure your orientation is the same way, and it's a little longer than the blue, so it's close to the edge, and boom. All right, so now all we're gonna do is we're gonna add our photo mats. So I'm gonna add adhesive to all of them. Whoops. Oh my goodness, I'm dragging it around today. I must be getting tired. All right, so if you look on the instructions, it says attach the 4x4 cardstock photo mat 2 inches down from the top and 1 1/8 inch in from the inside edge. All right, so 2 inches, 1, 2, 1 1/8. So it's gonna land ish, okay? This one's gonna go directly below it, which allows it to extend above and beyond all of the strips. And then this one is going to go next to it, okay? And then we're ready to start decorating. So since I have layout 2 in front of me, let's begin. I'm gonna take this Living It Up sticker off, and I'm gonna add some foam tape to it. Again, use as much as you like to use with foam tape. And then I'm going to make it unsticky using my little container here. Get it all unsticky, and then I'm gonna blow it off. I just don't need to watch me blowing it, and then thump it, thump it, thump it, thump it. Okay, so I got Living It Up, and that is gonna go right here, and it's gonna overlap the Lagoon cardstock and the photo mat, okay? And so I didn't get the, I didn't get the foam tape all the way to the edge, so since I'm not adding my photos right now, I will easily be able to add the photo even with it overlapped, okay? So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and add Living It Up. There we go. And I'm gonna take this cute house. I'm gonna do the same thing. It's gonna be overlapping as well, so my foam tape isn't gonna go too close to this edge because that's just how I roll. Oops, come back here. And I'm gonna add a couple more pieces, and then I'm gonna use cornstarch, baby powder, whatever you have, your embossing buddy, which is perfect. I'm just impatient. And I'm gonna get this unsticky, so see, no stick. You can even blow it, like, all right, get that out. And it again, I'm slightly overlapping. So everything is connected, nothing is floating. And then I'm gonna add a couple of the small stars, 2 small stars. And we're gonna do it blink and blink, okay? And then we are going to add a couple of our silver glitter gems or whatever embellishment you have chosen to use today. Okay, so I'm gonna add one here. Okay, and then there's even, it's hard to see in the picture, but I've even added a couple of them down here. Yeah, and I need to get the little ones. Ooh, am I running out of little ones? Yes. Okay, oh, nope, there's one. Oh, but it's not sticky, but I'll show you where it's gonna go. And I'm gonna put a second one right down there, okay? So there we go, page 2 is done. I gotta get that one with a glue dot on it to make it stick. So let's go ahead and finish up page 1. So when you look on the instructions for page 1, all we need is a little star right down here. Yep. And then I use this cute heart, puff tape heart, and I'm actually going to pop this guy up. De-sticky them. So I just kind of stick them like this. Pretty easy. And then give it a quick blow to get everything off. The foam tape doesn't go all the way to the edge, so I'm going to go ahead and overlap my photo mat, and I'll still be able to stick whatever size of photo I choose to use right under there. All right, and then we finish with gems. So we're going to follow the pattern. Oops, come off there. So I think I already said it, but I'll say it again. The reason that I like to use my scissors to slide under it is because in transport or in any kind of different temperature, cold definitely makes the back of the sticky on the gem harden a little bit. And so if you just kind of bend it like this and pull it off, sometimes that little sticky circle will be left behind and you don't want that. So that's why I use my scissors just to slide it off. Okay, I need to get some more little ones because I am using my ones that I had. Oh, here's another little one in stock, and I need to get a new pack. All right, I'll put one more on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add 3 up in this area. Okay, the third one is gonna kind of go there to create my little triangle. And then I'm gonna add a second one down here to create that visual triangle. But that is layout number 3. Easy peasy, right? So, okay, hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys are excited to try playing with scraps and leftover zip strips. I'm gonna turn this off for a few minutes and we will be back to do the last of the 4 layouts in my series, okay? Talk to you guys soon, bye.